you guys have made offensively so far?
It's very early on, like you said. We've had some good days, we've had some bad days, but that's part of training camp. It's all a learning experience, and, I feel like as an offense, we have some young players that are still kind of getting their feet wet, but they're doing a good job of playing hard, giving a lot of effort. There's a lot of talent. So I think it's just, finding that happy medium of, making mistakes and learning from them, but also having a sense of urgency of getting better, competing, and taking that next step as an offense. So, as vets, it's just, finding an approach and being able to display to them how it is day in and day out in training camp and just taking everything in stride.
How difficult is finding that happy medium, though? Like, yes, you guys are still early in camp, but you guys probably feel like you should be making these plays. How difficult is that?
It definitely is a little difficult. As competitors, I think there should be a little bit of you that is a little frustrated and definitely has a little bit of, anger, as you want to say, because we're out there competing. Yes, it's our teammates that we're competing against, but I go out every single day and I want to win, and I want to beat the guy that's lined up on the other side for me. So, when things aren't going our way, it definitely gets frustrating at times, but you also have to keep the end goal in mind and kind of keep that perspective of just being patient and just taking everything in stride. But like I said, there's definitely a side, of every single guy that, wants to go out there and make every single play, make the big plays. So, like you said, it's just finding that happy medium day in and day out.
And then what is the communication like with you guys, not just players? I saw you and Press were talking a little bit earlier during the special teams portion. Just what is that communication like at this point in camp?
It's been good. I think a lot of the stuff that we've been talking about is just how we can evolve, with what we're doing as an offense and things down the road that we're going to kind of get to. And, when you want to try new things based off of what you already have installed, now's the time to try it. You don't want to wait till week one, to try something new that you've never done. So there's a lot of different wrinkles that we're kind of trying out to see what we like, what we don't like. And, sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But like I said, now's the time to do that. So it's been good to kind of communicate with him, really brainstorm. He's open to just hearing from us and kind of different things that maybe we want to try or what we've seen other teams do. So, that's a little bit of part of what our discussions have been.
Comparatively to last year, does it feel like you guys are building towards, let's take shots down the field, let's focus on that part of our game? I know Cooper said over the weekend, like, you guys changed the stretching portion of practice. Did you also change, in terms of passing game, how you're building to certain areas of the field?
Yeah, I think right now the emphasis has been more on the shorter and intermediate passes, especially early on, really just getting our base kind of bread and butter plays going. And then as camp kind of goes on and we evolve, the pads come on, the line's able to protect a little better up front, due to the physicality, not having pads on, we'll be able to start trying to push the ball down the field, really start to get into like our max pro stuff, play action pass. So like I said, right now it's just kind of putting in the foundation and then you kind of accelerate from there. But, as receivers, we're definitely excited to get to that point where we can start pushing the ball down the field. And, that's been an emphasis from Press as well, is we're going to be a lot more aggressive, when it comes to calling those plays this year.
Motivated, urgency, but any more because of the frustration of last year for you personally?
100%. I feel like I'm a little bit more, not on edge, but I got a little bit more of a bite to me this year, just with my sense of urgency within practice of just not only pushing myself but everybody else around me, basically saying we can't wait. We can't wait for the opportunity to come to us. We got to go take it. And so it's just coming out every single day with the vision of what we have for ourselves in mind, and also what happened to us last year, having that bad taste in our mouth, because what happened last year is unacceptable, and it's not what we want to do here as a team and as an organization. So it's really just having that chip on our shoulder and just taking that and using it in our day-to-day practice.
How will Gabe and Brian help you?
Well, I think just their dynamic ability, especially on the outside, to be able to create plays down the field. They're bigger bodies, so even, across the middle and in intermediate passes, But, when it comes to bringing in different wide receivers, especially for this system, everybody has to play everywhere. I have to be able to go in the backfield, play outside as well, play inside. And, same goes for Brian and Gabe. They'll be inside as well. So they're both really smart players. And I think that's the one thing that kind of sticks out is you can kind of put them everywhere, and they're very diverse. So I think our games complement each other well. And, we're just, excited to keep developing, them and, their relationship with Trevor.
Any standout moments for you personally in camp yet? New players you met, stuff you heard from press?
Not yet. Yeah, I wouldn't say any standout moments. I'm sure when the pads get on and we're pushing a 2.5-hour practice and tempers start flaring a little bit, it'll get a little bit more interesting. But right now it's just really taking every day and just getting down the fundamentals, the basics, and really just laying the foundation.
Going back to Brian, press commented in June how while he's absorbing the information, he's active in the classroom, he's a shyer guy.
Yeah.
Have you guys done anything to kind of help him break out of his shell?
Yeah, we just fine the crap out of him. We just give him fines, random fines, and make him pay us some money.
What's the funniest one you find him for yet?
Oh, we have some funny ones in the room. One of them that always gets guys is if you answer a question when it's not asked to you, that's $100. So we usually get guys pretty good with that one. But now BT's been great. We're still waiting on our snacks though, so he's got something coming for him if we don't get those snacks by tomorrow. But he's been a good sport about it. He comes in every day with just a level mind, level mood, and we're gonna crack him soon.
How important is focusing on your health, knowing what happened last year, missing a few games? I know that was hard.
Yeah.
How did that affect you, and how are you prioritizing your health coming into this season?
Yeah, I think I'm a little bit more at peace with it because it's kind of one of those things where it was almost necessarily out of my control. It was one of those things where it was bound to happen. So I really take pride in my approach, the way I rehab, the way I prehab, the way I activate and get ready for practice. I mean, it's about a 2-hour routine that I do before I get out every day. So I'm doing everything, checking all the boxes to make sure that my body's ready to go. And if something happens, it's football. My injury was basically just football. And so as long as my approach is consistent, it's the same every day, and I feel like I'm putting my best foot forward, then I have no problem if something happens while I'm out there because I know I did all I could do. But I definitely want to stay healthy this year. I feel great, feel strong, feel fast, not in pain anymore. And I'm really just excited because my body hasn't felt this good in a long time. So just really looking forward to just building throughout training camp.
How much more do you appreciate each rep that you're able to take when you feel this good?
I appreciate it a lot. I mean, just appreciate being out on the field. Year 7, played a lot of football to this point, and I just feel like I'm cherishing it even more. The older I get, practice is so much fun, and although I don't get a lot of reps out there, just trying to maintain and keep myself fresh. Every single rep that I'm out there, it's I try to make it my best because I love the game so much, and every time I get to step out there and play, it's just it's always a dream come true to be able to do this.
But do you feel more in tune with Trevor in year 3, just sort of naturally?
For sure. Me and him, we don't really have to think too much about, what we do. And if there is a miss, it's something that, isn't so drastic to where you have to go back and really have an extensive discussion about it. Or if, we're not on the same page, it's just, maybe I'm a tick too short or a tick too deep, or maybe he's a tick too late. They're all things that we can fix, but I feel like for the most part so far in camp, we've done a really good job on connecting on some things, and it's just pretty seamless. We've been on the same page for a while now, and yeah, we're just looking forward to just kind of being the tone setters, and when you need a play, it's on us to just be able to connect and kind of light a spark.
Last one.
What kind of challenges does Tyson Campbell present for a receiver?
Yeah, I think number one, his speed. He's really fast and he's physical as well. He's got long arms, and I just think he's a really dynamic corner, and his speed really helps him because he can kind of play on your low hip. But it's not like he's a small guy. He's got long arms, so being able to kind of shed and separate from him at the top is a little bit more difficult. So when you're going against a guy like him, you have to be really good with your hands and also being able to extend through the catch because he's never really out of position. That's the one good thing about him. So he deserves every bit of what he got that came his way, and I'm really excited to watch him keeping on developing into the elite corner that I know he is. Yeah, appreciate it, guys. Thank you.